And we are live.
We are
We are
live.
live on the show.
Live on the show.
Live on the show, lovely people. So you'll notice that there's just two of us at the moment. I don't think Mr. Beverly has woken yet.
It might have a touch of the sleeps.
He might be sleeping a little bit. So yeah. Oh shoot, I forgot to go and put Alpha Geek live. I gotta go do
Oh,
that
Alpha,
too.
yeah, I was just thinking about that.
I can go do that quickly as you entertain the chat room, but
Yes.
um
As I am
I'll be
as
30
I'm
seconds. It's
typing.
all ready. I just have to press play downstairs. So, entertain the chat room,
Alrighty.
please, and I will be back. Okay.
Alrighty. Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. This is a show with a thing, and people are talking, except it's not people right now. It's just person. Hi, person. I am person. Evening, folks. Hope you guys are doing all right tonight. I am on the road again down in Louisiana for the weekend, and I hope y'all are doing good. And yes, Kingsman was fantastic. That is so good. So good. Oh, I loved it. Loved it. We are person, yes. Oh, man. Hope everybody had a good week. I did a lot of working and attempting to sleep, and then a lot of driving. Let's see. Floating head behind you, over my right shoulder. Yes, that's the missus. She's on her phone.
Wait, what?
They can see you. You can wave at the chat. Yeah, she's waving. Yeah, but yeah, that's her.
So I can go.
Yes, you are right. Midnight. When he with the church scene, the music was perfect. The music was perfect for that scene. It's just I need to see it again. The chat room says hi.
Hi.
She says hi back. I don't know if you can hear. With this microphone, you can hear almost everything within a 1 block radius. So you might have been able to hear people breathing.
We are we having fun yet?
Yeah, we're having
I
fun.
had to go run downstairs. So yeah, I have to get Alpha Geek to run downstairs on that computer because everything is mixed there. So that's how it goes, yo.
Yeah, I won't either, Arcane. At first, I thought of the scene in Forrest Gump when that song is playing. That's when every time I hear that song, I think of that scene from Forrest Gump. But now it's the church scene, and oh man, it's so
It's
good.
gonna always be that way now with Freebird.
Uh-huh. It is very good.
Twitch.tv/Tauren Think Tank and Alpha Geek.
So if you want to be on YouTube, you can
Yeah.
stick around.
Okay.
'Cause it goes straight to YouTube
Okay.
and gets saved.
Oh.
All right, everything's tweeted and retweeted.
Alrighty.
So, yeah, so we're gonna punt, I think, tonight. That's fine.
Excellent.
So, we talked about it. We were like, okay, so what are we gonna do if
Axel,
Jim
come
is
here.
not here? We've
Excellent.
got a plan. We have a plan.
Since I show a lot of cats, I wanted to show the dog today. Hey, buddy.
He's so cute. What's his name again?
Axel.
Axel. He's a cutie pie.
Yeah, he's cute. He's a Maltese Yorkie. Morkie.
Morky.
Yeah, he's little.
He's very intently looking around. Mom?
Yeah.
Mom?
Yeah, he's
Mom?
looking at mom.
He's so cute. Does he lick a lot?
Yeah.
You're gonna get like face full of tongue right now.
No, I keep him far enough away so he doesn't do that.
you know where to put it.
Yeah. All right, buddy, you can go.
Oh, every class watched us our Cards Against Humanity Patreon stream. He watched that.
Oh, yeah?
That was pretty fun. We need to do that again as soon as Marconin
Yeah.
has a night where he's free and not working. We can figure out when, and then I have time and we all have time. So
Yeah, the Friday nights are usually a good bet because I'm usually not traveling.
yeah,
Those are usually my one night where I'm either not on the road or I'm not probably doing anything or something like that. So,
yeah.
and I've got more of my schedule now, so I know where I'm going to be.
Are you going
I'm
back
not really.
on days anytime soon?
Not at the moment. No, no, it's still going to be days. It's still going to be mostly nights until June.
Ew.
And yeah, but at least I'm going to be in the area, so I'm going to be broadcasting from the house. So I'll have this studio behind me
Yep.
and everything.
Well, this isn't
So
bad. I mean, the
no,
internet connection you got tonight is fantastic. So
it better be.
it better be with what you paid to get it.
Yeah. I went in like 5 minutes before the store closed, and I was like, "I want your best modem router
No.
now." And he's like, "Here you go, thank you."
Thank you. I've got it.
Yeah, because then I had to drive down right after that, and I was like, "I need to get on the road. Let me on the road. Come on." Yeah, Bim, you missed the Cards Against Humanity game, but it's on YouTube
Yes.
for all its glory.
It's
So,
on it's on our YouTube channel,
Yeah.
my YouTube channel basically, but yeah, it's the one we put all the shows on. And we'll do it again. I also have another idea for another game option, like a party night game that I need to test. I need to test how it would work because it would require a screen sharing on Skype for you guys who are playing to be able to see it. And
Okay.
and so I don't know exactly how it would stream and work, and so, but I have a feeling we could make it work. It's just a matter of like, how do you screen share so everybody can see what the game screen is saying and then play, and then have it broadcast out. So I'll probably buy it, and then we'll do a test night or something. And
Yeah, that'd be cool.
see what it does.
I am up for that.
So I'm gonna activate the questions that we put on hold. I'm going to put these on hold. And we'll put this one back in.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna make sure my phone is turned off,
Yar.
or at least not gonna ring. Ring,
I
ring,
need to
ring,
do
ring,
the
banana
same.
phone.
I need to do the same too.
Yep.
Do not disturb. There we go. All righty, Roo. I've got all this. Let's do a sound check. Make sure you can hear this.
This podcast is a part of the Signals Media.
Excellent.
Yep.
Yes. Excellent.
Let's
Oh.
do a little stretching.
Stretching and loving and going and wait, this is 139, not 138. Change that. All right. I think I'm ready. Are you ready?
I believe so.
All right. Our chat room. Are you guys ready for a show? Because we want one. We got one. We made one. We're going to make one.
It's a thing we're about to do.
It's a thing we're about to make. And you guys can be all about it.
We
all
got the
part of it.
recipe. We got the ingredients. We're about to start making it.
We're going to make it happen, yo. Yeah, they're
Making
all
it.
ready. You guys are rocking it. We're excited to have you here. Let's do this thing. I'm excited. All right. We are going to go in 3, 2, 1.
Tonight's episode of Tauren Think Tank is brought to you by our patrons at patreon.com/Tauren Think Tank. If you like what we do, our Patreon site is a secure, easy way to help out the show. Thank you, patrons. Our show continues to grow because of you.
You're listening to Tauren Think Tank, the World of Warcraft podcast for you, the World of Warcraft player.
Welcome to episode 139 of Tauren Think Tank. Tonight is Saturday, March 21st of 2015. My name is Jules, and that very smooth, dulcet tone that you heard at the top of the show is my friend, the man with the plan, in Louisiana.
in Louisiana.
In Louisiana, it's Marconin.
Hey, Jules. Hey, chat room. Hello, listeners. How are y'all today?
We're all
Oh,
here.
man.
We're here, and Marconin is broadcasting tonight from Louisiana. He's got amazing internet, amazing video. I am uber impressed, dude.
Well, I finally was able to invest in some upgrades finally, and I am glad that it works. I'm very glad that it works. We're able to stream Netflix, and I can play WoW at the same time, and we don't have to pick which one. We can do both. So it's very good.
And that's
Yes.
Mrs. Conan in the background cheering.
Finally, we don't have to pick and choose our internet services. We can do them all at the same time, like a normal human being.
That
So
is awesome.
it is very, very cool to be able to do this and not have any lag, or and there was a few times where I had to turn off the video, and so now we don't have to do that. So I'm very happy, very pleased.
It's funny because, I've had that because we've had high speed internet service. We have actually fiber optic that goes into our house because when our house was built 7 years ago, they actually put fiber optic into the neighborhood because it was brand new. So we've always had, I know. So we've always had amazing internet, and I get spoiled because when other people don't have it, I'm like, but why? But why?
What do you mean you can't upload a 2-hour-long YouTube video in 3 minutes?
Yeah.
Do you have running water? Do you have to put on shoes and use a flashlight to go to the bathroom at night? Where are you?
Do you live in rural India? What?
Do you live in the forest? What? so yes, it's very, I don't have to rub two sticks together to get my internet to work now. Yes. So I'm very happy about that.
I love it. It's fantastic. It's an extra special treat tonight.
Oh yeah.
We were supposed to have another treat with you tonight. Unfortunately, I think that the time difference got the better of him. We were supposed to have Jim Beverly here with us tonight. He is currently in Germany, which is it's approximately 5 o'clock in the morning, and he has to work in this morning. And so I was not able to reach him before the show. So we are going to just go on, and we're going to have him on another time. But, he volunteered. We didn't force him to do this, by the way. He was like, I want to be on the show again. Anytime you want, you can have me. And I'm like, well, let's do it soon. And so, but it's not, it's nobody's fault. It's just, that's how it all worked out. So, So Marconin and I chatted before the show. We punted our plan, changed and moved things around a little bit, but we've got a show planned for you, and we're super excited about it. But first, we need to talk about what happened to us this week in World of Warcraft. What have you been up to? I see some new achievements, kind of.
Yeah,
milestones?
There's new things in there. Yeah. I got my hunter to 100 this week. Actually, I got her to 100 in about a day.
Damn.
I got way back. I got her garrison, and then on Sunday, I went from 92 to 100. Just boom. Because hunters are so easy to level.
Yes.
You just send your pet, and you look at it, and it blows up.
Yes.
It's just dead instantly. So yeah, I got my hunter to 100. Been soloing a couple of old raids to, so now I've got 5 level 100s that can go solo some old raids and mount hunt. And so that's been really good. I really like my hunter, so I'm going to try and play her a little bit more. Yeah. It's a lot of fun. Get her some gear. But speaking of old mount runs, my insomnia / working third shift has helped me out twice this last week because I am now 2 mounts closer to my achievement of 250. So only 2 more for that.
Wow.
So I got the Swift Breeze Strider, and that is the rare mount that drops from, or the mount that drops from the rare mob Pathrunner, which is the Elec. Not Elec, the Talbuk that runs around Shadow Moon Valley. I got into a cross-realm group again because of the pre-made groups. Guys, if you are not using the pre-made group finder thing in the game, use it. I log in, whenever I log into the game, I queue it up and I just breeze through the custom, go look through the custom category. Yep. And some people be like, hey, Pathrunner's up, Pound Fist is up, all these mounts are up. You get invited, you fly there. Hopefully they don't tag it and pull it and kill it before you get there, which is what happened to Midnight and myself when I tried to get her the Meadow Stomper, the elephant one. They pulled before we got there. But try that. If you're looking for the rare mounts, always look like every hour or so. Just breeze through it, see if it's up. It it helps me. That's why I have all of them now. I have every single one of those rare NPC mounts, and it's because of the pre-made group finder. It's because of really considerate, nice people that will put it out there saying, "Hey, I'm staring at the rare mob right now. Who needs the mount?"
Yeah.
And that kind of it's really nice, and it's a really good indicator of there's not a whole, we have a lot of jerks in game, but we have a whole lot of nice people too. And it's really, really cool to see that amount of like, hey, I could be selfish and solo kill this boss and get the mount, but I'd rather spread it around for 40 other people too.
Yeah.
So it's really cool. And then on Thursday morning, I happened upon the time lost proto Drake of Warlords of Draenor. I found a little portal to the edge of reality that took me to claim my very own Void Talon of the Dark Star. This one is gorgeous. It is a Shadow Priest's dream because it is the Raven Lord mount model.
Yep.
But it is glowing with purple, like twilight energy. It is so pretty. So pretty. And I almost jumped out of my seat and woke up my roommate in the hotel room that day because I was doing my daily for Harrison Jones, which was the Bronzeblade, and Bronzeblade daily is up in Frostfire Ridge. And that's where 3 of the portals for the Void Talon spawn, and they're right next to each other.
Yep.
So I flew to Blood Hall Slag Mines flight point, looked around, and I was like, hey, there's 3 points. And I looked, and it wasn't there. And so I went, okay. And I did my daily, and I was going back by, and then I have a little script that I put in the game that whenever I mouse over the edge of reality, Illidan says, "You are not prepared." And so I was just doing that, and all of a sudden I hear it just, "You are not prepared," from my laptop, and my heart is like in my throat, choking me. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's right there. And so like I'm getting cold sweat instant. It's that whole like kind of feeling like you get when Time Lost Proto Drake spawned, and my heart's beating so fast, and I am running. I like blinked, blazing speed, everything to get to that stupid portal first, because I didn't even turn around to see if anybody was near me, and just boom, got in there and got it, and it just like, oh, I was so like the whole rest of the day I was like, yay, I am out. The whole night at work I was like, I finally got the Void Talon dancing at work, and it just so now I don't have to scour Draenor for any rare mounts now. All the ones that I need I can get whenever I get the achievement or do whatever I need. So I have all of the chance mounts, and it's so good to be done with that. I know I talked about that for a while, but man, that Void Talon,
it's gorgeous.
That Void Talon's, oh man, I loved it, and it's only been out for a couple weeks now. Yeah, it's done. I don't have to deal with it anymore. If I ever see the portal again, I will let Gildies know. Yeah. Because once you get the Void Talon, you can't touch the portal anymore. It won't let you because they don't want people to be trolls. So it's awesome. That was my big achievement for the week. And I know you guys are making some progress with Imperator. How'd that go this week on Count on Fire?
We've been trying real hard to make sure that we get that ahead of the curve achievement for Heroic Heimal. And every week we get closer and closer on Imperator. And this week we were 24% was all he had left. And that fight is just, it's like going on, you just run around, and it's such a long fight, and you're running from one end of the room to the other end of the room, and running back and running back and running back. It's so much movement. And you just, like, after a while, if you've been doing it like 12, 13 times, it is like just fatiguing. So I think the plan this week, I had asked the raid team what they thought, and most people said, let's extend the lockout and just kill him, and then let's move on. So I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna focus on we try to get it done. So that is the
that's
plan.
that's a good idea.
We just want that achievement so bad. Like we just
Oh,
want
I know.
it. It's like screw BlackRock Foundry right now. We just want that achievement. So that's what we've been focused on for our one night a week for about 3.5 hours raid team. So and having a blast. I mean, the funny things that happen in this raid is just, I mean, I forgot to tell this story last week, but I mean, you're sitting there, you're just kind of hanging out, we're chatting, we're heroic Blackhand, you know, it's easy, we've done it many times, it's an easy kill for us. And I'm standing near where one of the fire pillars pops up, right? And I realize
you mean Kargath?
Oh, Kargath, yeah, sorry.
I was going to say, man, you guys went to heroic Blackhand without me. When did that happen?
No, we didn't. Okay, so disclaimer, I'm not feeling the best tonight, and my brain is about... so I'm gonna get names wrong. I'm just gonna do it. When you said Illidan earlier, I'm sitting there going, "Is that right? Is that right? No, yeah, no, like literally." And I was just, I didn't say anything. So I apologize in advance. I'm going to mix names up, and it's gonna be probably pretty funny. But
yeah.
In any case, so so Kargath, that's what we're doing. The flame pillars pop up, and I happen to be standing in front of one that's a little too close to me. It bounces me up in the air and bounces me into a tiger pit. The tiger attacks me and bounces me out. And I die as I'm flying out of the tiger pit because it bounced me out. And I'm hysterical laughing because I got kicked back into the tiger pit and I got bit to death and, you know, killed. And they cracked. Everyone's making fun of me. But they made fun of Trellant, our tank, even more because I have that ability as a druid healer where I can pop my little treants to come in and heal for me. So there'll be these little treants that are sitting there going like flipping their hands up to heal if I activate them. And I can do one at a time or I can do all three or, you know, couple there and there. And we're clearing trash, and Trellant has one of those debuffs that makes him like blow up. So he thinks it's funny. He's gonna go, "Oh, where's Jules? I'm gonna go hug Jules." He runs over to one of my treants, and we're all laughing like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "That, well, that's not Jules."
Oh, so, you got him.
You know, and so I'm laughing. I'm like, "Oh no, I'm over there, honey." On the other side. So he went to go hug one of my avatars instead, which was great. You know, the things that when you try to troll somebody and you realize that you just completely effed it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Way to go, Trellant.
Nice try. Nice
slow clap for you.
Yeah, very slow clap.
So I was inspired by you though. You were talking about playing your hunter, and I had a level, I want to say she was like 85-ish hunter, just kind of, you know, plunking through the early parts of Pandaria. So I picked her up and I'm like, let me see how this works. And I wound up just tearing through. I'm at like 89 already from playing for like 4 hours or something like that from a total time. And I was just like, I'm having a blast, but I am so punny with my pet names. I'm really bad with my pet names. And I love the fox pet. I love to have a fox. So the fox that's running around with me right now is named Michael J.
Oh.
And then I also have a fox in my stable that's called Matthew.
You have a Jamie Fox?
I have a Samantha. I'm very punny with my pets. So.
Hey, well, at least you put some thought into mine. My level 100 Draenei Hunter has had the same wolf since the Azure Isle, and the wolf's name is Hey, I'm a Wolf. Just all one word. Hey, I'm a wolf.
Hey, I'm a wolf.
Yeah, hey, I'm a wolf. And he's been by my side all the way since
great.
level 5 to level 100. He's named Hey, I'm a Wolf. Because he is.
He is a wolf.
That's very cute about the fox names, though.
Cool. I've got Matthew, Samantha, Michael J, and now I need Jamie. I need a Jamie.
Yeah, I need to get a Jamie Fox in there.
And the chat room is asking me what they say. They make a lot of that art sound when you do the when you do the what is it, the beast, the whatever that skill is.
Bestial Wrath.
Bestial Wrath. No, the one that's.
Or which one?
The one that just makes the barking sound. Bark. I don't know.
What was that again?
It goes, I don't know. Bark. Somebody's gonna figure this out at some point, but like I
20
said, when I'm not feeling
Yeah.
well, there's just whatever
Well,
comes out.
that's okay because 2020 site said that you're a foxy lady.
Oh yeah. I've got a lot of foxes in my stable.
Yeah.
Ba-dum-bum. So that's what's
So
going on.
a lot of hunter talk in Triple T today. A lot of hunter work.
Hunter talk. Just things to have fun with the games, and because there's so many things you can do, and I'll stay in my garrison more often than anything else if I don't go out and do other things. So it was necessary for me to go do something else, and I'm having fun with the hunter. I want to do the same thing that you're doing. I want to level up a hunter so I can take it into old raids and try to earn gold.
Yeah, earn gold and rare mounts and all that stuff. A lot of good reason to go back in there.
Yeah, exactly. So we've been just having a good time doing those little things. Speaking of having a good time, we've had a couple of fun little things that have happened in the last week or so since we've been here. The Triple T Pay It Forward contest ended, and we have winners to announce.
Yes, we do.
The Deathwing Funko was awarded to Quipanjin at Quipanjin. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I still need to mail that out, so I'm going to do that. And we also got the $25 gift certificate from Jinx to Healthy Girl Gamer on Twitter. So congratulations to you guys. Everybody's so cute. They're just like, I never win anything. Never win anything. So it was really cool.
Well, now you can't say that anymore because you have.
But I wanted us to read a couple of the entries. The entrants, the winners were picked at random. So it didn't matter what you sent in terms of complexity or length of time. Anything you did that was nice got you entered into this contest. But we wanted to pull a couple because they were so inspiring. We're not going to read anybody's names because we don't want to embarrass anybody. But do you want to read the first one on the list?
Absolutely. The first one says, the day before I listened to your podcast, I was purchasing tickets to an awards banquet honoring one of my coworkers for a Firefighter of the Year award. The organizer mentioned that she had just spoken with my coworker and he had just ordered the tickets. Without really considering it deeply, I offered to cover the price of his tickets. My thought was that he shouldn't have to pay to attend his own award ceremony. When I asked for the information, it turned out that he was purchasing tickets for family members who were flying in to see his award. He needed 8 tickets at $50 a pop. The price took me back a bit, and I'm not sure if other people will end up chipping in eventually, but I thought it was the right thing to do, so I paid for all of his family to attend. I got a call from him yesterday stating that it was too much, and as I thought of your show, I told him that the tickets were paid for, and that if he wanted to pay me back, then someday when he was in a similar situation and saw something good he could do for someone else, that he pay it forward. I was actually surprised that when my wife saw the cashier's check receipt, and she didn't make a very big deal of it. She just asked what I was spending so much money on, and after I explained, she accepted it without a blink. I didn't tell her before I committed. Big no-no generally. I definitely have a wonderful wife who supports me in what I believe in. Anyway, I just thought I would share this with you. That's a very good story. Yeah.
That is so generous and just awesome. I loved it. This one is also extremely generous. For most of the past several years, I've paid a friend's cell phone bill because she is on a fixed income and needs a phone. That is awesome. And a third one that we got, which I thought was really cool. My guild has a new guildie. He's a Tauren druid, and we adopted him at level 80. He'd been playing on his own a month, leveling in dungeons as a tree, and was constantly being told his gear needed work. First thing I did was start getting him upgraded. Nordersil and the Hyjal QM, I thank thee. And then I filled a gap in here and there, and then offered him a home in our guild. He broke down crying when I asked, as he'd been an inch from quitting when I began helping him. All of those were awesome submissions. Everybody submitted some really, really cool stories. We just picked a few out of the lots that we got. But thank you guys so much for sharing and for giving back to people and paying it forward. That's what it was all about. And we were really happy to be able to do that based on your generosity to us. So
Absolutely, yeah.
Yes. Quick note before we get into the discussion topic, we will not have a show next week. Marconin is going to be out of town for the weekend, going to a wedding, And
Yep.
I am going to take the weekend to do some stuff around the house. Hopefully, maybe getting some new desks for our house for
Nice.
tax refund. Yay! So,
How dare you take a night off?
yes. So we are going to take the week off next week, but we will be back in 2 weeks. And with that, let's get into the show with our discussion topic of the night.
Let's kick around some ideas, not gnomes.
All right. So we have the following discussion topic, which is probably a pretty easy answer, but can get dug into quite a bit more once you start thinking about it. Dear Triple T, about 2 weeks ago, I gave my number to a coworker. I have not gotten a call or text, yet she continues to flirt with me at work. When I asked her about it, she said she's been busy. I really like her, but I'm questioning if I'm wasting my time or not. I understand busy, but if she can't take a moment to even text or call, what are the chances of ever having a date, let alone multiple? Love the show, from Arthas.
Well, Arthas, if it's a coworker, then it's probably one of the Vicrural, and I don't think she has a phone if she's just resurrecting undead, all the time. I don't really know that she would have a phone to call.
Well,
or text.
Arthas would not give them a phone because it would cause too many problems for him.
It would. Frostmourne hungers and is disappointed by your overage charges on your cell phone account this month.
You're so bad. All right, now let's really answer this
Yeah,
question.
we'll give the real answer. We'll give the real answer.
You're funny.
I don't know, Jules. If a guy gave you his number and you didn't call or text after 2 weeks, is that a signal? Are you trying to tell him something?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Really? Is that how women think? Because I mean, I'm a busy guy. Sometimes I don't text people for a while. Not intentionally. It's just I am legitimately busy. But from the lady's point of view, it is like that.
Oh, okay. So let me put it to you straight here.
Okay.
When it comes from a female perspective,
Let me tell you.
let me
How
tell
it
you
is.
something.
Let me tell you.
If you are a guy that I am interested in, if you are a guy that I want to date, and you give me your number and tell me that you want me to talk to you, I am probably going to be pretty interested in wanting to talk to you, but I'm also going to be thinking, why is he not asking me for my number?
So that's what I was thinking
Now,
too.
this is a guy who's given the girl his number and says, text me sometime. I'm wondering why he hasn't asked her for her number so he can text her.
Yeah, you got to kind of take the initiative there. If you've got that interest, don't you got to take the bull by the horns and start the conversation yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
If she's willing to give out the number, then
it confuses me why he would do this, to be completely honest, because it's like making her do the work. If you're interested in her, you should be asking her for her number and you should be texting her. She's not doing the work to text you right now. And when you ask her, she says she's been busy. I mean, I don't know. I got to say, if there was a guy who I was interested in when I was still dating, and if there were, back in that day, I didn't have a text message system because I'm old. So,
well, I mean, did you like you didn't like you wouldn't smoke signal him if you weren't interested, right? Oh wait,
No.
You're not that old. Never mind.
Well, no, I wouldn't
kidding.
smoke signal. I did. I mean, I would be IMing is more likely. Like, IM
me your
through
AOL
Google,
number.
AOL chat, that kind of stuff.
What's your GeoCities page?
Oh, gosh. My GeoCities page is old and gone.
So's mine. Oh,
But the thing about it is that a girl is not gonna be interested necessarily from a guy. Girls want to be wooed by a guy. If she's interested in you, she's gonna want you to make the first move. She's not gonna be too comfortable with you saying, here's my number, text me sometime, because then she's wondering what that means.
yeah.
It's odd. It's not normal, and I'm sorry. It just isn't. Like, girls expect guys to woo them. So if there is that, it's the expectation to say, hey, Jules, then can I have your number? I'd like to text you sometime. And then I'm going to say, sure, here's my number. And then you text me and say, hey, what's up? Oh, nothing.
Yeah.
How are you? You took the time to actually get my number and talk to me and go through that. So I look at that and I say, why do it the other way around? She's probably going, what's up with him?
Yeah, because if you've got the interest, it would stand to reason that you would take the initiative to make it happen, and that goes farther than just like, here's my number, call me sometime. Then you don't have any control over the situation. You're giving her the control.
Yeah.
When you're the one who wanted to have the contact,
Yeah. Well, and it's
I don't know,
it's
it
more
just
about
sounds-
like taking control of the situation and being confident about it and saying, "Hey, can I have your number? I'd like to talk to you sometime." And by handing someone your number and then expecting them to use it, you're kind of saying, "Well, I'm giving it to you, and then I'm hoping that you're gonna use it, but so I'm hoping you'll take the initiative." And then if you don't, then I won't be hurt as badly. But it's just it's a complicated spin around, and I gotta say,
it is. It's quite a dance.
Yeah, it is
It's quite a dance, that dating thing.
So let's talk about it being a coworker too.
Yeah, that's another part I wanted to touch on. That's a whole bag of cats right there, dating a coworker.
Bag of cats. Look at that. Is that a Southernism? I've never heard that.
I don't know. It's it's like it's a. I mean, if you have a whole bag of cats, something's like it's. You whole bag's jiggling, all the cats are fighting in there and stuff. So I don't know if it's a Southernism, but I've just heard it before. So.
Yeah. Okay, so it's a whole bag of cats. Did you ever date a coworker?
I dated a lot of people in band, which is kind of similar because it's like work, especially in college. It's like work. So
Okay.
I did in that sense. Didn't really date anybody at work
Okay.
because there's not when I worked in the arcade, there weren't any girls working there at the time either. So no, just mostly band.
Okay.
Band is where I dated. So it's a similar idea.
Okay. I'm married to someone I met at work.
Mhm.
And I gotta say, it is a risky undertaking
Uh-huh.
to try to date someone at work. I'm just gonna put that out there. Kane and I are a success story, but I no longer work where he is.
Mhm.
And it was partly because I wanted to move on, but what it generally is probably not the best idea, and why a lot of companies have a no dating coworker policy because of that.
Yeah, no fraternizing.
No fraternizing, that kind of stuff. But it doesn't, our company was pretty cool, but we were in the same department working for the same boss on the same team.
Mhm.
So if things had gone south, we could have really, really, really hurt our own careers. It was a big risk to take. And so, but we were lucky because we had a very supportive boss who said, look, you guys are going to do what you want to do. Keep it professional while you're at work, which we did, and
Stay out of the supply closets.
stay out of the supply closets. Yeah. The hard part too, though, is that when you're just starting to kind of get the moment where you're beginning to date, that those moments where you're like, maybe we should hang out sometime, and we start hanging out. People know. It doesn't matter how much you try to hide it. They notice the little stolen glances. They notice
Mhm.
the eye, like the missed eye contact or the smile or the inside jokes. They know. So just so
Yeah,
you
they
think
know.
people were like, you two, we knew a long time ago you guys were dating. Like we had this big meeting, and we were like, we sat down with our coworkers and we're like, by the way, the two of us are dating, and they're like, yeah, so because they already knew.
Yeah, we've known for a while. We were taking bets on when you would tell us.
I know. How long is it going to take him for actually to reveal it?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think it is a challenging undertaking to look at for dating a coworker, because, and especially for if this is a situation where she may not be, her signal of not calling you after 2 weeks is a big signal of saying, I'm not that into you.
Yeah, I mean, you can always take it approach it at a different angle, a different way. You could say, "Hey, would you like to go get food sometime? Would you like to go do something sometime?" Not necessarily a date. What I would try is at least at least try a different angle, because maybe she does want to be wooed. Maybe she does want you to take the initiative, and then it's your responsibility, if you want to pursue that.
Right.
Ask her to go do something after work. Hey, you want to grab some food? You want to? I was thinking of go seeing this movie, and I didn't want to go by myself. Do you want to go too? I mean, it's something. It's a movie we both kind of want to go see.
Yeah.
Or try and work around it a different angle, or there's ways. But also back to the coworker thing, especially I know, like, where I work, you can date somebody as long as one is not the manager of another one, or they're not
Right.
one is not overseeing another one, because that's a big no.
Yeah.
So, and I know a lot of people at my work who have started dating or gotten married, they would have to quit their job, or they'd have to move to another store, they'd have to switch departments. And so it's a lot to think about, like with you two, about you leaving the company. It's a big complicated dance you have to do if you date a coworker. And so
Yeah.
there's a lot to think about, and sometimes it's better not to try. But if you really are interested, you've got to get some more oomph, and try a different way, and not just throw your number at somebody and expect them to fall over you or something. You got to take the initiative if you're the one interested. Because flirting at work, yeah, you can flirt at work, but if you've got a serious attraction to somebody, then it's a little different. It's a little more involved. And if she hasn't taken that step yet, maybe you need to either ask her, or, like I said, try and come in from a different angle.
Yeah, because if she's flirting at work, it really could be, honestly, it just could be simple, harmless flirting that she
Mhm.
may just kind of do.
Yeah. Does she
I
flirt with other coworkers?
right,
Is it just you, or do
right.
you notice that behavior with other people? That's a good indicator as well.
Mhm. Because I will tell you that there are people who just flirting is just part of fun and interaction with others, and it's not meant to be
Yeah.
related to anything romantic. It's just part of the playfulness or joking or that kind of thing.
Yeah. That's how they talk to people.
Yeah, and I've seen this. I've seen this happen where that kind of flirty, fun, joking behavior has been misinterpreted by someone just saying, I'm really interested in you, and they're like, "Oh
Mhm.
gosh, I didn't know I was coming across that way," or
Yeah.
it's really hard. But if signals from a girl, I gotta say, sometimes are a little bit tough to figure out, because you just don't know exactly what she's trying to say. Now, if she's making, like, hey, I really want to go see Kingsman sometime, and I don't have anybody to go with, and she's telling you that, that's a pretty big sign that she's looking to be asked out. Or, I really want to try this new sushi place that's down the corner. I'm not, just, she's giving you hints if those are the things that she's saying to you.
Oh yeah, those are
But
definitely big hints.
yeah, but
That's like pretty much laying it out for you.
But
Like,
I can tell you,
hey.
there are a lot of people out there, men and women alike, who just, that is how they are, and they don't even think that they're doing anything that's considered to be flirty. It's just the way they talk to people, or they just interact with the people that way. So there could be some mixed signals here going on, especially if you've asked her about why she hasn't used your number. The words "I've been busy." If someone is interested in you, if someone has a romantic interest in you, they're going to use that information you gave them. They're going to find an excuse, a reason to say, "Hey, I just wanted to give you a call because I had a question," or, think about the stuff that you did when you were dating out, like silly little things like, what's a good reason for me to call this girl? Or what's a good reason for me to, like, bump into this guy, because I want them to see me,
Hey, did you finish your science homework yet? I was wondering if I had a question about number 17 and I just can't get it. Nucleic bonds? I don't know. Can you help me? Any reason to get a hold of them. Any reason. You will take that. If you genuinely have a crush, or the whole butterfly in the stomach, you are going to go out of your way to talk to, see, or like hug that person, whatever it takes.
Yeah. Draven Dresden in the chat room said, "I don't never know if someone is flirting with me. I often say I need to be hit in the face with a bat that says I'm flirting with you." Technically, like, really, so if a girl is romantically interested in you, there are a couple things that you can look for. She touches her neck and her hair a lot. She touches her neck area, she touches her hair, it's she touches her face. It's a normal, that is a normal thing that a girl does when she's interested in you. If she kind of looks at you and looks away, and she looks back at you
Yeah.
and smiles and looks away, that's flirting.
Mm-hmm.
These are the things that happen. It's pretty common to not know this stuff, but when she is talking to you, if she is touching her hair or touching her neck, she is romantically interested in you in some way, most likely. I mean, it's not a guarantee.
Or her face itches.
Or her face itches.
She just may have may just itch, you know.
My leg is in the back and you scratch it.
Yeah. Are you flirting? Does that mean you want a back massage? What does that mean?
And the reason for the neck touching and the hair touching is it's nervousness.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just the nervous fidgeting things that we do. Guys, I think I'm trying to think of the thing. Guys, what they do typically is they stand. It's the stance for a guy. It's the kind of Marconin is trying to do it. Like
do like a Calvin Klein pose or something, you know.
He's gonna lean
on the
more
poster.
into, like, his shoulder's gonna lean a little bit more in to you. It's just gonna be a more like he's gonna be forward leaning. It's typical of that. There's a lot of stuff on body language out there on the internet that you can look up as well. But these are some of the little things that you can look for. When you talk to her, is she kind of fidgety and giggly and smiling, touching her face, touching her hair, touching her neck? If that's happening, then there's some things there. If it's not, most likely.
Yeah.
Oh, you people are cracking me up in the chat right now.
She's totally into you, or she has a horrible skin condition. Thank you, Arcane. Stop going to WebMD during the show.
Yes, please. You guys are hysterical tonight. I love it. But I would also say, just from my own experience, I mean, I'm a success story of dating someone, but at work, but I was moved into a different department from Kane after a while. And they told me that, it was a restructuring time, and they told me that it was because they thought it was a good place for me to go. But I knew they weren't just, if they were going to make this big old restructure, it was an opportunity for them to take us into different areas of the company.
Yeah, it just worked out well that way. Instead of that being the only reason, it was just one of the reasons.
Yeah. And so, it makes sense. It makes sense that, because it becomes like, if, heaven forbid, Kane and I had like a fight or something, and then we had to go to work and try to work together after being mad at each other. The two of us have a bit of a volatile personality. So when we get mad, it's like, you can tell, like, we're pissed at each other. And then we've got to try to do our jobs, which interferes with the job. And it's a lot. There's a lot to consider when you think about that. So
yeah, that's why if you do date band people, try and if you're a band person, try to stay away from your own instrumentational section, because I dated a trombone player and that didn't work out, but I dated a French horn player who sat in front of me, and that worked out. Wherever she's at, that worked out. So.
She's away now. She didn't
So
want
when
to
you're
be
at
on YouTube.
Yeah, no. So when you're in band, date. Yeah, 2020 says it just right. Date outside your section, like date a percussion player or a flute player or a trumpet player, somebody on the other side of the orchestra.
This is true interspecies dating going on. Dating advice for bandmates. Yeah. And don't bring your instrument on a date comes from Dash Aminator. That's perfect.
Well, if you're a guitar player, that would work, but if you play sousaphone, not so much. We're gonna have a nice beachside campfire, and I'm gonna entertain you with the dulcet tones of John Philip Sousa. So it just wouldn't work out. And yes, Bim, they are.
There you go. The question was, I wonder if brass players are good kissers. There you go.
I'm going to serenade you with my tuba.
Nice. So now that we've gotten super silly about this whole thing, Arthas, I think our assessment here is that she is unfortunately just not that into you. But you can look for some specific signs of seeing if she is actually flirting with you, or if it's just more about her personality. Observe her with other men. Does she act similarly? Is she saying the kind of same things, talking the same way? But if she hasn't contacted you after 2 weeks, you could ask her for her number. But if she's already told you that she's been busy, I don't know if that would be something I would do at this point.
Yeah. You can always try. You can always ask and see if she wants to go do something, just to kind of take the initiative,
right?
Instead of making her try to take the initiative. She may see that as a bad sign,
right,
when you didn't do that initially. So you can try and salvage it. If not, you may need to move on.
Right. Yep. So there we go. That's our discussion, our dating discussion topic of the night.
Yeah. And if she still stays if she's still flirting with you even afterwards, and you don't like those mixed signals, tell her. Just be honest and tell her, like, hey, if you're not interested in me, please kind of, I like flirting, but I thought we were going to maybe go somewhere with this.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. So,
and
you don't want it to be awkward either at work. So
yeah, you don't want it to be awkward. Just talk to her like, hey, I was just wondering, but if not, cool. All right. See you tomorrow at the store or wherever you work.
See you at the office.
See you at the office. Yeah.
So if you want to send in a discussion topic for the show, you may do so at questions@taurenThinkTank.com. If you don't, we're just going to make it up on our own. So if you've got stuff that you want us to talk about, then we'll talk about it. Questions@taurenThinkTank.com is where you send it. We kind of tossed this one in here at the last minute because we had something else planned, and that's okay because this one was sent in by a listener, and that's what we love is when you guys send us stuff. So there we go.
Yeah. Oh, and speaking of flirting, Jules.
Yeah.
If you're like a lot of people I know, and you're flirting with the idea of getting a better gaming experience.
Yeah.
Out of your desktop or laptop, one person that will gladly give you their number so that you can call them is Doghouse Systems, or you can go to their website, doghousesystems.com.
They're not playing hard to get.
Yeah, they're not going to play hard to get at all. They will pick up the phone. They will email you back because they are nice, friendly people that want your business, and they put out a really good quality product. I mean, they're makers of the best gaming PCs on the planet. I mean, this show is run on a Doghouse system.
That's right. We're streaming
it
live right now on a Doghouse system.
Right now. I mean, and what sets them apart from the competition is their commitment to great service and support for your customers. We hear all the time how impressed listeners are with their Doghouse system products. Yes. And they support us, and we like to support them. They actually have a special code that you can give out whenever you buy your PC. You enter the code TTT, that's TTT, and you get double the memory on your brand new gaming system. I mean, that's one of the kind of hidden costs when you're not thinking about buying a computer. Like, okay, the motherboard is this much, the monitor is this much, hard drive, graphics card. Oh crap, I got to get RAM. Oh man, but they will double that for you. If you just put in those 3 little letters, they will give you double your money's worth. That is awesome.
That's awesome.
So that's more money you can throw in the graphics card.
That's right.
Something you don't have to worry about.
The chat room is now calling you Pro Conan, and I think that is absolutely true. Your transitions to our segments are awesome, by the way.
Well, it's funny and it's true because they do want your business, and they want to be besties with you. So if you guys are in the market for a new gaming PC, desktop or laptop, you can definitely go to doghousesystems.com. Don't forget TTT as your checkout code for double the memory.
Yes. We thank them for supporting the show. We thank you for supporting our sponsor. Okay, Pro Conan. That is really awesome. So let's go ahead and hit up some Think Tank right now.
Torn between options? Let TTT help you sort it out.
All right. The Think Tank is the section of the show where you guys ask us for advice related to WoW or anything else going on in your life, and we give you our thoughts on the subject. So we have a letter tonight, and I will read it now. Hello, TTT. I have a question that I feel you all could help me with, but first, some backstory. I've been raiding with my current guild since the beginning of Mists of Pandaria. However, the people in my guild have been my friends since the end of Wrath. We have raided together in some form or capacity since the fall of Arthas, so I thought I could consider them true friends. I've always been one of the tanks as it was a role that I enjoyed the most. I took a break at the end of MOP because I got tired of the monotony that was Siege of Orgrimmar. My guild recruited another tank and continued to raid without me. I came back to raiding in WAD. I hate that. Warlords or
Yeah,
Trevor.
I just call it Warlords.
Wad.
I'm like, wad. Ugh, gross.
But was asked to go DPS because we had the tank roles filled already. I had no issues doing this, as I cannot expect my guild to keep my spot when I'm not raiding. We had great success in Highmall, clearing all bosses on Heroic. Then comes Blackrock Foundry. We lost one tank and a healer to some guild drama, so I'm asked to once again fill a tank role. As I have been building my DPS set, it took me a bit to get the right gear to fill the tank role again. I spent countless hours, gold, and effort on becoming familiar with tanking again. We have been struggling to even clear bosses on normal Blackrock Foundry, and the attendance boss has been hitting us pretty hard. We started talking with another group about absorbing them into our raid team after a few nights of successful raids. However, there's an issue. This other group already has a tank of the same class as me, and neither of the other tanks wants to go DPS. So I am again being asked to flip-flop into a role that I do not want to play. Not only that, but our raid days are changing. Being that I have real-life obligations every other Tuesday, I will miss a raid day with my guild every other week. I brought my concerns up to the guild leader and the raid leader, but it seems like they couldn't care less. I feel like my guild is betraying me. What I want doesn't matter. I feel as though we have been through so much as a team, it means nothing now that we have another breath of attendance in our raid team. I feel like no one cares how these issues affect me. Am I overreacting? Am I being a drama queen? Do you think it's time for me to find another guild or / raid team? Is my loyalty to the guild misplaced? I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions. Thank you so much for all your help and advice. I love your show. Thanks in advance from Torrance. So here we go.
The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few, or the one. For part of it, anyway.
Yeah. Well,
that's what I think. That's kind of what I think a little bit.
Yeah. This is really, really hard because
it is hard.
I can see both sides of this so clearly because I've been on both of these sides. I've been on both of these sides, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've seen this happen.
Yeah, I really want to kill Imperator Margok with you guys on Monday nights, but I can't because of work. But you guys are going to do it without me anyway.
I know. I'm sorry. But, you know, I mean, you are like our writer who is saying, I can't expect that these guys wouldn't go on without me. When I left for a while and they found another tank, and then, you know, so he came back, and he came back with a good attitude. He didn't walk back in and say, yo, guys, I'm back. Kick your other tank so I can come in. So, but he's feeling a little put out because
he has to do it a second time.
He's got to do it a second time because, and it's not of his control. It is of the group versus of what he has chosen. Like, he made the decision to leave. He makes the decision come back. His spot is no longer available. So if he wants a spot, he has to compromise in order to raid. And he says yes, and he does it. So there's a lot of complexity here because let's talk first, I think, about the attendance boss. The attendance boss, man.
Hardest one in the game.
I swear to you, I have had so many issues in my raiding career with people not showing up when they have committed to doing it, and it is one of the most frustrating things in my raiding experience as a raid leader, as a raider. It's harder than hell to manage it as a leader.
Yeah.
Because Cat on Fire is a one-night raid team. We've had when we were doing Siege of Orgrimmar back then, we were having problems with people showing up to be, and it was just when we could only do either 10 or 25 people, so you needed 10 people to be able to show up. And we were like, one night a week, there's just one night this week that we are raiding. It's the only time we raid, and we can't even get 10 people to commit to that when they said that they were going to sign up. It drove me insane. Drove me nuts. So at least now with the structure that we have, you can have extra people to float in so that if there are people who have like, I had something come up tonight, I can't come, I'm sick, work late, whatever, we can still go and raid. It's just nicer that way.
It is a lot better that way.
So I'm actually a lot surprised at this point, unless they're doing mythic content, which I don't think they are. He didn't say that they're not. They shouldn't have problems getting 10 people to show up to raid that night.
Mm-hmm.
Or those nights. It's kind of an interesting scenario in my mind. But so attendance boss now, I think, is a problem with commitment levels for people who are saying, I want to raid, and then they're not showing up those 2 nights a week or 3 nights a week that they said they would be able to do. And so what's happening there? What's going on?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I think a lot of it, I don't know. There's just
I know for us, we've had people who have lacked interest in the game content itself now.
Sure, yeah.
Warlords hasn't been what they wanted it to be. It's not, the only time they're logging in is to raid. The game doesn't hold that much excitement anymore. So I can see that being kind of the attrition based off of lack of interest. So if
Definitely.
that is a major issue for this team, then they've got to get more people who want to raid and who are interested in really wanting to raid to merge in. But who initiated this merger?
Yeah, we don't know. Well, it seems like it's his guild initiated the merger with the other guild because they were wanting to get more people in.
Right.
So, and it does, when you merge teams, it sucks because DPS, that's fine, just as long as you got some melee and you got some ranged healers. Yeah, you can kind of do that, but tanks, you are finite at tanks. You got 2, maybe 3. And when you put the teams together, now you've got 4 tanks instead of 2, and 2 people have to either step down or leave or something.
Right.
And then it's a bit of a kind of a dance to figure out who's going to take it, who's not going to take it. And I mean, if you still want to raid with your team, I mean, I know you don't want a DPS, but I mean, you get to still stay with your team. And if the raid nights are changing, then that's something that's got to be like a guild decision or a guild leader at the guild leader's discretion or the raid leader's discretion, because he's the leader. He kind of gets to make that call. You can put in your input, but generally it's the raid leader's call. And with all this influx of new people, maybe they raided a different night, so now you have to switch to accommodate both parties together. You got to be diplomatic about this kind of thing, especially when 2 raid teams merge, because they've each got their, they've got their own ideas, opinions, points of view, and you're just smashing them together. Mm-hmm. And sometimes it's like peanut butter and jelly. Sometimes it's like oil and water. Yeah. You just gotta kind of accommodate that. And you can't really be expected to be a dedicated tank if you can't make the raid team every other Tuesday.
No, or because can't tank because he's being asked to be a DPS.
Well, yeah, I know, but even if he could stay tank, is it fair for you to not be there every other Tuesday?
Right.
If you can't make the commitment for the raid team, it's not good, especially for a tank, to not be able to make it. If a hunter can't make it, then okay, we can find another hunter, a warlock, or a mage. But tanks, you got to be a good tank, and so it's kind of a pinch thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, break it down to the very minimum here. Is this fair? No. But it's the way, because as you very, very well put well at the beginning of this segment, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. They're going to go with the majority rules. They're going to go with as many people as they can please, and there are going to be people who they cannot please with a big change like this. There is just going to be some casualties, and that is part of being a leader that's going to merge 2 cultures, 2 groups, 2 different groups of people together. And if they're making the decision as a leadership team to say, we are going to change our nights, is it fair to you? No. But
no,
it is what it is. And I understand the feeling of saying, I've put in time with this guild. These people, I thought they were my friends. I thought they cared. I thought we were all together in this. I thought we were, but the reality is that it's changed.
Yeah.
Things have changed. And things do change. When you talk about, and this is probably one of the hardest things that I have in my life, and I do this all the time, and I hate that I do this, but when I have really special things that are happening in my life, like something's really going well, or it's awesome, like a group of people is really gelling together, I will actually take a mental snapshot and just kind of take it in my head and saying it's probably not going to be like this forever. Because I know from my experience that it won't. People are going to leave. People are going to move on. Interests change. People change. Life situations change. And it's just part of life. And it's hard. And so I really try to make sure I take that mental snapshot. But my brain always says it's awesome, but it's never going to be like this all the time. And I hate
just enjoy
that.
it while you have it.
Yeah, and so I need to do more of that positive feeling of it, to say, enjoy what you have now, because it isn't going to be like this the whole time, but enjoy it while it's here. And so, because I tend to look at it with the sadness and say, I'm sad that it's not always going to be like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, well, there's a quote that I think it's Dr. Seuss or somebody said, don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened.
Yeah.
And I like that quote a lot, because there's a lot of things that have happened in my life that are over, and then I saw it coming, and I was mad because it was over, but you just remember the good times and stuff like that.
Right.
But as far as it sucks that the raid nights are moving and that you have to change your spot. But I don't really think you're overreacting, because I know you asked us if you're overreacting. No, I don't think so. Are you being a drama queen? Well, not unless you're openly going in guild chat saying you should do what I need and really making a show of it. Then no. Is it time to find another guild or raid team? Possibly, because your raid team changed because they want to kill internet dragons. They want to take down Blackhand. And that's a team effort that takes a lot of team, a lot of coordination, and just like I can't be expected for Cat on Fire to stop while I can't raid with them. You can't expect your guys to stop just because you don't want. I mean, and you showed that you were committed enough to switch specs already once before, so they know that you care. They're not. I don't think they're trying to take advantage of you, but they know that you are willing to go the extra mile for us, for our raid team. You're willing to do whatever's necessary, and think of it that you can think of it that way, that you are dependable in that way, that you can fit any situation. You're versatile.
I'm going to ask you.
That could be a positive way to look at it.
Yeah, I'm going to ask you possibly a controversial question.
Lord.
It's not controversial to you, which is kind of controversial for itself.
Uh-oh.
But when I think about groups, and I think about groups of people who have spent time together for a long period of time, I feel, and maybe I'm completely wrong about this, but I feel like a lot of times there are the people who are in the level of decision making, who would bend over backwards for certain folks to accommodate them because they would rather not lose them over somebody else. So let's say that Torrance is like, so that he speaks up and says, I can't do Tuesday nights. And then so whoever's in charge just says, you know what? We got to not do this on Tuesdays because that is a deal breaker. If he can't make it, that's a deal breaker. And I think that sometimes that does happen. I think a lot of times that happens because there are people who may have a little bit of a more additional value on the team.
Yeah, like a preferential treatment.
Right. And not necessarily like we're, like when the decision comes down of them merging together, it comes with certain stipulations. Like we don't want to lose X, Y, or Z people because we don't want them to leave. It would not be the same if they left. And then there's another tier that says, you know what, we would be sad if they left, but it would not make or break this deal,
Yeah.
And so I
can see that.
I'm wondering if Torrance is falling into some of that, and that's where the feeling about feeling betrayed, like I thought you were my friends, I thought I had more value to you, I thought I was something more important to you than actually it turns out to be, because you're not paying attention to my concerns. You seem like you couldn't care less about what I have to say because you're focusing on what you're wanting to do. So my question for you is, like, do you think I'm way off the mark here? Like, have you seen this?
I have not personally seen it. I don't know that it would apply in this situation, because if it was the case that he was one of the lesser people that he could do without, they would tell him to hit the road. They would tell him to find another raid. Oh, you don't want a tank? Or we can't be, we can't have a tank. Then tough, just go,
I
just get
kind of
out.
disagree with you there. I think that's, when you have that long term relationship and you feel bad about telling them to hit the road because you were friends,
That's true.
but you're kind of like, yeah, well, decision's the decision. We hope you'll stay, but if you decide to go, it's okay. A lot of
Okay,
people don't
yeah,
have the guts to say hit the road.
true. That's true. I mean, it could go either way with this. It just because we don't know the raid leaders and their train of thought, their how they're thinking about this and how they think about torrents. So it's a toss up either way.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got some good points there.
I just thought about this
I
because
like to think the best of people,
I
so I'm
know.
normally wrong. I'm usually wrong in that, but
I know.
you know,
I just know from, my past experiences with people putting groups together and deciding who, what scenarios have to change and what casualties of war might come from it, all those
mhm,
things. I mean, there are certain things where I've seen it where, like, well, okay, we're going to plan this for this weekend. Oh, certain people can't make it. Well, then we got to change it because that's a deal breaker. We can't not have
true.
these people at this location, at this gathering or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if that's happening here when you're trying to merge two groups. Are there kind of is there unspoken tiers of people that are in there that are
Yeah.
like, we want to make sure we bring these people together, and if so and so or these people just don't stick around, it's not going to kill us. And so I also know that sometimes those tough decisions need to be made when you have to make sure that you please as many people as possible, but knowing full well you aren't going to please everybody. It's just not going to
Yeah.
be that way.
It's impossible. Yeah.
So I think Torrance, are you overreacting? No, but you also need to actually think about what's most important to you now. Is
Mhm.
it that you want to stay with these people, or that you want to be tanking on a progressing raid team? And if so, then you have to make a decision that's going to be pretty tough for you, which would be to
Mhm.
go find another place to raid,
Yeah, is it how you're rating or who you're rating with?
right?
If you still enjoy the company of your guildies, but it's just like, oh, I'm DPSing instead of tanking, which one's more important to you?
Yeah.
If you'd rather tank, then find another team. If you'd rather stay with your people, then stay with them and do what's necessary. Because like Chief Vol'jin said, I'd stick around in DPS. Things tend to happen, and then you never know. You could become a permanent tank again. So yeah, one of the tanks may leave, or one of the tanks may get be bit by the attendance boss in a couple months, and he may step down, and then boom, you're back in like Flint. So
Right.
you don't know.
And with the every other Tuesday obligation, it's every other Tuesday. So if
Hmm.
you're DPS, you can come in and come out and miss a week, and it shouldn't be a big deal as long as they know about it ahead of time. It still allows you to be able to raid with them. I just think that
Hmm.
there are things that you can consider. But if you don't want to be DPSing and you want to be tanking, then it's important to speak up about that and let them know this is what I really want to do. And if they're going to say, well, no, you've been able to switch to DPS before and we really need you to do this, you got decisions to make. They
Yeah.
are, I mean, I am in a position where whereas I'm a raid leader, but I'm also I'm a signature healer. I don't DPS well. I'm not good at it. And I've been asked by raid leaders in the past to see if I could switch to DPS, and it was a disaster. I'm just not a good raider when I'm a DPSer. It just isn't. And I hate that because I'm not good at it. And there's a lot of people who are like, yeah, I can dual spec, no problem. Switch between specs, between different fights. I don't have a problem with that. I'm not good at it. I know I'm not good at it. And so it makes me feel bad because I can't do it very well. So,
Mhm.
but so I understand that feeling of like, I would I try to DPS for the team. Well, I would try if I could do it, but I know I
Yeah.
can't. I've tried it and it's a disaster. So they made me go back to healing at that point. So
Just respect. Just go back.
stay back and healing.
Oh man.
Well, I'm
Oh,
a good healer.
go back.
I'm a very good
Just
healer.
heal.
But it's
Oh
just,
yeah. You're really good at healing, and that's really important and a
Yeah.
really good thing to have.
Yeah, it's just funny. So, anything else that you wanted to talk about with Torrance's letter?
Not really. I think we pretty much covered all the bases. Really, just find out what's it can be hard to find a team if you can't if you know try and find a team if you do decide try and find a team that works for you and your time and everything. But if you really just like the folks you're raiding with, at least give it a shot.
Yeah.
At least try DPSing. There's no harm in at least trying and sticking around for a little bit to see if the new tanks even stick around, because it may take a while for the two raid teams to merge cohesively, because you'll have a little bit of growing pains with that. So just kind of see how it goes, maybe. And if it doesn't work out, then, there's always other raid teams. But
there's always other options. You just have to look for them.
Mm-hmm.
So sorry that this has been so challenging, though. I know it can be very, very hard to deal with this kind of change that you didn't invite and you weren't looking for it. So, you have the right to feel this way. You have the right to feel frustrated and betrayed and that kind of thing. It's there. The question is going to be, what are you going to do about it?
Yeah.
How are you going to make this work for yourself? Because you can't sit stagnant and say, I'm mad and I'm resentful and I'm pissed about having to do this and I don't enjoy this, because then you'll just quit the game and leave and go do something else. And if you really want to raid and you really want to tank, there are other options for you out there. You just have to be willing to take the leap to go do it.
People are always in need of tanks or healers. They're hardly ever in need of DPS. I always see it. Need a tank, need a healer.
I know.
Can you use another mage? Can you heal? No. Then no.
Damn it.
Get back in your corner and make more
mages.
mana biscuits.
Make more mana biscuits. Where's your portals, dude?
I need portals and food and for you to shut up. That's all I need out of you. Okay.
Poor mage life. Oh,
Poor mage life.
So if you guys want to send us a question for the think tank, you can do so at questions@taurenThinkTank.com. That's our email address. We thank you for all of your submissions. We really do appreciate them. We've got some great ones coming up in the next couple weeks as well, from you guys, and keep them coming. The mailbox can always accommodate more letters that we can use for the show. And with that, it is time for us to lighten the mood a little bit more and talk about some Tell Us One Thing questions that you guys sent us to on Thursday. Yes.
Yeah.
I can't talk anymore. Let's just play the bumper. Play the bumper.
We read your submissions because reading your mind would just be creepy.
I almost said, I can't play the bumper. You've got the soundboard.
I played the bumper and it didn't play. So I played it again.
I can't.
I can't. No, Jules,
Do you want me to do the first one?
Please.
Give you a moment.
Please.
Okay. Our first one comes from Willow Cricket, and she asks, zombie apocalypse. You get a Blizzard character, a movie protagonist, and a comic book hero on your team. Who do you choose? Note, zombies are more powerful based on your companions. So slow shufflers versus the Resident Evil type super zombies. So
okay.
your enemies scale with the caliber of your team.
Okay.
Who is on your team?
So you need a Blizzard character, a movie protagonist, and a comic book hero. Crap. Okay. I would take probably Chromie for my Blizzard character, because I'd want a dragon.
And time travel too. That helps.
Time travel, because get me out of this damn zombie apocalypse and put me on the beach somewhere. Please. A movie protagonist. Gosh. Let me try to think. This is where random, because you see so many movies in your lifetime, like what pops into your head to take care of on movies.
Yeah.
I'll come back to that one. Comic book hero. I would bring Hawkeye with me because of, arrows, bow and arrow.
That's a good one. That's a very good one.
Zombie apocalypse, you need to have somebody who is at the far end, who's scanning the groundscape to make sure that zombie who's trying to shuffle up to you isn't gonna get the jump on you. That's how it would work. So okay, and then movie protagonist. Let's see. Gosh, movie protagonist. I'm stuck. I don't know who to think of for this. Like if somebody from a movie who would be a zombie battler.
Well, I can go ahead and start on mine if you want, because my movie protagonist would be Tallahassee from Zombieland.
Oh jeez, yes.
Woody Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson.
Yeah.
Character. Oh, that's
He's got a
awesome.
proficiency for Twinkies and kicking zombie tail. So I would do that. I would definitely have Tallahassee as my movie protagonist. Blizzard character, who would I have? I would want it to be somebody who's good at ranged. So I'm thinking either Khadgar, because I think Khadgar would probably be a good one, or gosh, I almost want to say like Sylvanas maybe because she's a good ranged.
Yeah, yeah.
So either Sylvanas or Khadgar, one of the ranged people. That would be great. And for comic book hero, you got to play it safe because if a comic book hero gets in there in the fight, like if I pick like Captain America and he gets in a big whole wad of zombies and he gets bit, then he's going to be Captain Undead America. And he's going to be just as powerful, but he's going to be wanting to eat your brains now instead of kick zombie tail. So I got to be careful with that.
Yeah, no, yeah, I don't want that.
How easily would Iron Man get pulled out of that tuna can and turn into Undead Man?
Oh, come on. That would be easy for him to take out zombies because they can't bite through iron.
They can't, but
There's
man.
no skin. There's no skin exposed
Yeah, there's no
for him.
Yeah, there's no skin exposed, but if he had like hundreds and hundreds of them on top of him,
He
I don't
has
know.
like blasters and things to like fling them
He
off
does.
of him.
He does. Actually, I think I would go with Green Lantern
Okay.
because he's got that willpower and he can use the willpower he can like crush hundreds of zombies and he's like, I'm going to will a battleship on top of them and squish them all,
Boom.
And comic book. So I did that comic book and Blizzard. I got all three of them. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, Tallahassee, Khadgar, and Green Lantern. Yeah, that's who I do.
I picked one. I found a movie protagonist that popped into my head.
All
I
right.
take the bride from Kill Bill.
Ooh, good choice.
Dual swords. She'd be awesome.
That would. Yeah.
I'll take her. So we'll just do that.
Yeah.
Because I can't think
Dra-
of anything else.
We're getting a lot of good lot of good suggestions in the chat room too.
Yes. Pick Wolverine and get over with it.
Yeah, but once he gets bit, he turns into Zombarine. And then he
Zombarine.
can't-
Really? Zombarine?
I don't know, Tambourine, Zombarine, Wolverine. I don't know.
Tambourine.
Wolver Zombie, Wolverby.
That's awesome. All right, we're going to move on to the next one from
Yeah.
Felix Wow. If you could create a race class combo that doesn't exist, which would you choose? For me, it would be a Tauren Rogue.
Mine's
Panda
a toss.
Druid.
Oh, you would do Panda Druid?
Come on. You need to be a
Yeah.
bear.
Bear.
Panda Druid. You need to be a bear that turns into a bear.
We are not related to those kinds of bears. We don't like to talk about
seriously.
that.
That is so dumb. I'm like, come on, why are Pandera not allowed to be druids? They're like the most in tune with nature of anybody. It's dumb.
Yeah. I mean, I can see that. I could see that.
The bear stare. Thank you, Arcade.
Bear stare.
You need to be a bear.
Yeah. Oh man.
So I
I would.
Yeah, I say panda druid.
I've got a couple. I would like to see gnome paladins
Yes.
just to see them walk around in tier 2 judgment set would be fantastic. Because I've seen gnome death knights and gnome warriors and they are comical when they're sitting there tanking things and I just want to see a gnome paladin. Another one, Draven Dresden actually said it and it got me thinking, undead paladin.
Ooh.
Which it would have to be like almost like a new class because it would be like a corrupted form of the light, almost how it would work. So it'd be like a new class and like an undead.
Would it be more that it's like a redeemed undead kind of thing?
Yeah, you
The
could do
light
that.
Would do that.
You could do that like they were turned undead, but they're not evil. They still have the same kind of the same soul that they had when they were alive, and
Yeah.
they would do that. And yes, Draven, he said gnomes can't be paladins; they can't reach the light. we have gnome priests, and that is the light.
Yeah.
So the light-
seriously.
See, that's the thing about gnomes. We may not be worthy enough to reach the light, but the light deems us worthy enough to reach down to us, and it raises us up. So boom, there you go.
Can Taurens be mages? Is that right?
No,
They
no, they
cannot.
can't.
That's another one that could be.
Yeah, they cannot wield the arcane power,
That seems
unfortunately.
silly. That seems silly.
I
I've
think I
always.
think it was kind of a band, kind of how the night elves used to they because ever since the high elves and the night elves they did that thing and they're like no arcane stuff, you can't do it. And now that we have the highborn,
Mhm.
that's kind of their excuse for having not troll mages, night elf mages.
Yeah.
But I think that Tauren mages should be a thing eventually
I
too.
think so too. That would be kind of cool. So.
Because I would sure enough I would turn one of my mages into a Tauren because that would be cool.
Be a big old cow mage.
Yeah.
Cow mage.
Cow mage.
Cow mage.
That would be great. I'd be like, yeah, huge, just clomping along on the big hooves in a big dress.
Yes. All right. Next one.
Next one is from SM Game On or SMG Amon. SMG Amon.
I don't know. SM
L-
Game On.
Yeah. Let's say it's raid night. What snacks do you get / make for it? What is your raid night sustenance?
You know, I don't make snacks before raid. I will always get up during break. We take a 10-minute break and I'll get something to eat. Usually it's like like an ice cream bar from Skinny Cow or something like that. Something quick
Those
that
are
I can
good.
just munch on quick. And I usually have to scarf something down between for break. And then I have to chase around the cats because they're dying, they're dying to eat because they're not going to eat, but they think I'm going to the kitchen to feed them. So I have to duck the cats from eating my stuff, and then they'll go back and go back to sleep.
You gotta like sidestep the cats. Like,
Yeah.
no, this.
No, you
I'm
can't
just
have
feeding
this.
me. I'm feeding me, not you.
Not you. It's my food, not your food, is usually what you'll hear me saying on Skype or when I'm talking. Like, it's my food, not your food.
My dad used to do this thing because when my parents first got married, before I was born, they had a cat named Chester, and he grew up. He's like a year older than me, and when I was little, my dad would trick him because he used to feed him wet cat food, and he would make the sound of the automatic can opener with his mouth go, "Rum, rum, 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 rum," and the cat would just come bolting in because he thought he was eating. He's like, "It's food time! It's food time now!
Oh,
Food time now!"
mean.
Oh, I mean, he would feed him, but it was just funny to see the cat, to hear about the cat darting in, just to kind of sidestep that as well. But
That's awesome.
yeah, let's see. Raid night. If it's raid night, I'll sometimes have a Mountain Dew or a Red Bull sometimes just to stay awake. And no raid bacon, unfortunately. I don't try to make raid bacon during the break.
Yeah, our teammates Spencer and Robin will cook bacon between and it's serious. Like we call it raid bacon. They will cook bacon at the 10-minute break and they will eat it after that. So we call it raid bacon.
Yeah, raid breaking.
Raid breaking. Oh,
Raid
see, now we've got a
breaking.
new terminology
Wah,
for
wah.
it. Wah,
Yep.
wah.
And it's usually whatever, like as far as snacks go, I usually don't eat anything during the raid. Sometimes I'll have like almonds or something hanging nearby.
Yeah.
I could snack on a little bit, but nothing, I'm not trying to eat lasagna or anything with chopsticks during raid. Don't want
No.
rice to fall down between the keys.
No, that's dumb. That's just dumb. Are you kidding?
What?
That's just dumb.
Don't be dumb.
Don't be dumb.
Don't be dumb.
The next one is from _Zedeca. Do you play as your character or are you in control of your characters? Where is your locus of control in relation to your WoW tunes?
It depends on the tune that I'm on. Back when Anthony Bean was on a few weeks ago, we talked about how our characters can sometimes embody portions of ourselves and our personalities. And so I really connect with a few of my tunes, specifically my mage, Marconin. That's me.
Yep.
Like I am Marconin. When I'm playing the game, that's me. That's like the most amount of me between my characters. And my paladin is also me, but a different facet. It is the righteous defender of good against the forces of evil and a light in the darkness.
Yeah.
Bringing hope and joy and all those nice things. And my monk is conflicted sometimes, but a power for balance and trying to reconcile opposing forces together in a form of harmony. And that's another part of me. So it's all three of those characters specifically are like my the three sides of me. And on other characters like my hunter, I just like playing a hunter. I like her. I like crafting. I like crafting the characters' stories.
Mhm.
Their backstories and everything. So aside from my three mains, then the rest of them are just I control them, and I kind of their personalities are going in my head. I'm hearing their voices. I'm hearing their thoughts as I play, and just kind of thinking about who they would be as characters.
Yeah. That's a good answer. Because I don't RP on any WoW characters, I have, like, when I was playing City of Heroes, I would RP as my character. So that was a lot more like you were becoming the character themselves, like you were playing as the character. I don't do that in World of Warcraft. So I find that they are an extension, a control of me, especially as a raider. Because when you're raiding, there's so much mobility that you have to think about when you're raiding. Move here, step here, don't do that, don't step in this, run to this point, do this point, make sure you focus on this, look there. There's so much that you're doing that it's like the character is the extension of my arm.
Yeah.
And my fingers on the keyboard. My strafe right is me. It's just me. And if it screws up, it's because I screwed up. I misclicked, or I didn't react fast enough, or I didn't run to the right spot, or that kind of thing. So for me, I am in control of my characters. That's my locus of control.
Oh yeah, and I think when I'm raiding, I have a similar. It kind of shifts between what do we need to do in the fight to kill this internet dragon versus me doing a daily or just exploring or doing quests.
Right.
It kind of shifts between what we're doing in game.
Right. So yeah, I think it's a cool question. If I had RP'd more, if I did more story writing related to that, I think it would be different. I think I would be more as my character versus of my character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. The next one is from Monjundi, and this one says, you've decided you've had enough of sending followers on missions and decide to go play DC Universe Online RPG and fight to save humanity from subjugation by the evil alien superintelligence Brainiac. Do you fight with the heroes or the villains? Do you choose who do you choose as your character's mentor? Superman or Lex Luthor for metahumans, Batman or Joker for tech users, or Wonder Woman / Circe for magic?
So playing City of Heroes, I was always playing the hero side. Always playing the hero side. Because it was City of Heroes, and then they came up with City of Villains, and I played City of Villains, and I didn't like being the bad guy, so I just went back to being a hero. That was the big thing for me. I think I probably would do Superman and Lex Luthor as my combination. I've always liked Superman as a character. I've always liked his abilities. He's got such amazing otherworldly abilities, but there's one Achilles heel that will just cripple him, with the kryptonite type things that's if that happens, he's done. And then you've got Lex Luthor, who is just more about the mastermind. He's not really enhanced, but he's super smart, and they find a way. I like that. I like the two of them.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I would probably go with Wonder Woman because I too would want to be a hero. And for me, like you were saying with Superman, he's got his one weakness, and a lot of people know what his weakness is.
Yeah, he's easy.
So he would be easy to incapacitate if you just happen to have some kryptonite.
Right.
Tech users, you've called enough tech support hotlines to know that technology can fail you at the most important juncture. So I would go with magic because magic seems like it would be the most dependable form of strength. So I would want to be a hero, and I would have Wonder Woman teach me how to summon invisible jets, and whatever else, use magic, kind of like a mage.
Sure.
I would want, because then if something fails, it's because usually like my will was not strong enough to summon this spell or conjure this effect, and it would all be based on me. It wouldn't be that someone knew my one weakness or that, damn it got unscrewed and now my bat thing doesn't work.
Right.
So now it's all based on me. So that's what I would say.
Cool. Awesome. I think that's a good answer. I like it.
Yeah. I like yours too.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
And our
Super
last
Jules.
one from Sir Gallo. Favorite family tradition, if any?
Oh man. Favorite family tradition. I mean, it's easy to say, but Christmas, I think would probably Christmas morning at my grandparents' house would probably be my favorite one because
Yeah.
that's got everybody there. That's got all the food, all the family,
Yep.
all the things that make it an important, an important day,
Yep.
an important time for my family. That's probably what I would say is just Christmas morning at my grandparents' house.
I think that we talked about this with
Mm.
Lita behind the avatar.
Yeah, we did for that Christmas special.
Yeah, for the Christmas special. And so I'm actually going to use a Christmas one too. And you know this, but the audience here has probably never heard it. So my mom's side of the family has this tradition during Christmas when we would get together at my great aunt's house, and there was a candle that was in the family for. You know this story. He's nodding his head. There's a candle, a really, really old candle that was in the family forever. I want to say it was probably about 100 years that it was in the family. Maybe it's less than that. But the tradition was that the family would get together and every person in the room, starting from either the oldest to the youngest or the youngest to the oldest, would light the candle, make a wish, and then blow it out. And so it would go around age, starting from whatever side that they wanted to. And so everybody would be in the room and everybody would make their wish and it would, and blow it out. It was very kind and solemn. And then we would light it for those who were no longer with us. And then we'd have a moment of silence and blow it out. And it was just touching. It was really a
That's a good one.
meaningful tradition. And everybody looked forward to it. It was one of those things where, you wanted to connect with your family and you didn't tell anybody what your wish was, but it was an opportunity to basically say a prayer and then blow out the candle. So
And you're all doing it together too.
Yeah. And we have a very large family on my mom's side of the family. So, it could be up to 25 people who are going through this whole ritual. And so it took a while, but it meant something. So,
Yeah. Oh, that is very cool. I'd forgotten that you'd said that.
yeah.
That was very cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. So, yeah. So that is our Tell Us One Thing for this evening. You can send in your own Tell Us One Thing questions to us at questions@taurenThinkTank.com. And we ask for them on Thursdays on Twitter, which is @taurenThinkTank. And you can send them in. Just let us know. We got sometimes we get them through email, sometimes we get them through Twitter. It's a pretty cool way to do it. And it is time now for us to talk about the feedback that we received this week. Here it comes.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now bring you... Wow, that's a lot of feedback.
I forgot to cut this one, so we'll cut it because it had to do with Jim being here. So it doesn't.
Yeah.
We'll cut that one out of there for now. So this first one, hey Triple T, I love animals a lot. However, I also know that a domestic cat has a given lifespan, optimal or otherwise. Your response to the plea for help from Dizzy was unbelievable and not in a good way. Suddenly, everyone is sharing more about the cats in their lives. Off topic and made me think that you're not at all serious about the pain and fear that person felt. So disappointed, from Sam. This one was hard. We got this one in the email and I was like, what? Like, I didn't quite understand it. But I thought about it and when Marconin and I talked about it, and I really do think that this is a fundamental difference of opinion when it comes to love. And the love that you have for the things in your life. And that's the creatures, the people. Because I remember distinctly saying on the show that we did last week and said, love is love. And it doesn't matter if it's for a person or an animal. But if you love something, if you love it that deeply, love is love. And loss is loss when you love. Mm-hmm. So, I understand that there are people who can say, well, it's not the same when you love an animal because you're going to lose it, or that it's only going to be here for a short amount of time. But I don't agree.
Because you can extrapolate that to everything. Nothing is permanent. Your parents aren't permanent. Your children aren't permanent. Your car is not permanent. Everything is in a state of decay. And if you want to go down that route, you've got to finish it all the way, and then nothing should matter. So don't talk to me about something being, about that point. I don't agree with that at all, because like I said, you can follow that conclusion all the way to everything in existence. Yeah. So I really disagreed with his letter. It sounds like he took a tiny bit of it and made it the entire thing, because if you listen to that, we spent so much time being sympathetic and being understanding and really caring about her situation.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that we have to go on from our life experiences of watching a loved one waste away into nothingness is our pets.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't had the chance to watch our parents rot in a senior citizen's home.
Or a
We haven't had
terminal
that experience,
illness,
or a terminal illness. We
right.
haven't. This is all we have to base on our lives, and we love our. Yes, we are dyed in the wool cat people,
Mm-hmm.
but we're also dyed in the wool human beings as well, and we understand what love and care and appreciation of people and other living things are. So the only thing we have to go on are our animals.
Yeah.
I
mean, I really didn't see where this came from, that we that we were not serious about the pain and fear that she was feeling. I disagree with that. I think, we have only certain parts of our life that we can relate to. And it's, we haven't been in her shoes where the person who we've committed our life to is going to die from a terminal illness. We don't have that point of reference, but we can sympathize and empathize the best we can. And we can use our experiences with losing an animal. I think that there's also another facet of this where there are some people out there, and Sam may be one of them, that really does believe that love for animals is different than love for people. And if that's how you feel, then that's how you feel. But we're going to agree to disagree with that, because the sense of loss for losing an animal can be as potent and as devastating and as life-changing as losing a loved one. I'm sorry. That's just how I feel about it. I know there are others that will disagree with me.
Well, I mean, that's like it'd be like seeing your 15 or 16-year-old child waste away, because for a lot of people, they don't have kids, they have their animals. That's their children. And of course, it's different than having real children, in the sense that a cat is not a person biologically, but you still have that feeling, or a dog or a bird. I mean, it's not just cats, it's animals.
It's love.
And we have that I believe there's a reason why we have domesticated animals, for the companionship and the care. That's why we're there, to show them love and them to show us unconditional love back.
Right.
And it's an important thing to have in life.
Yeah.
It's an important addition to life. It's not necessary, but it's a good addition. It's a way to show care. And then I can hear the dog. And the dog scratching his neck back behind me. Hello, puppy.
Hi, Axel.
But yeah, it just, I don't think it's fair to say that we didn't treat her sadness and her problem with enough seriousness or care, because I really think we did. Reverence. I think we did. We just showed and were candid about our experience with something similar, not something identical, but it showed that we have some sort of idea of possibly what's going through her head. And I don't think it's fair, and I don't think it's correct to have it. Well, we appreciate the opinion, but we respectfully disagree with it.
Yeah, I think it's just a fundamental disagreement in the level of love and what love means to certain people. There are people who literally just cannot understand why someone would be mourning the loss of a pet versus a loss of a human. And there are some people who would not understand how someone couldn't mourn the loss of a human but felt stronger about a pet. We're all different. But love is different for everybody. And I don't care. I don't care what it is, as long as you love it. I mean, if it's really, if your car was something that you had, something that you were absolutely, I probably wouldn't necessarily put that on the same level, to say your love for your car is the same as a love for something that can love you back. But love is love. If something can love you back and you love it, then that's how I feel about it. So we're probably just going to agree to disagree on this one, Sam.
Yeah. I do feel like we were trying to be honest and caring and serious in the way we handled her letter.
Yeah, and I'm sorry if you felt we weren't, but I don't think
I'm sorry about
we
that,
missed the mark on this. We just had different experiences that we could relate to, because thank goodness neither Marconin and I have ever had to lose our life partner, to a terminal illness.
Mm-hmm.
So thank goodness.
I mean,
for
and
that.
And we appreciate your letter so that we could explain ourselves, and so otherwise we wouldn't have known if you hadn't emailed us. So I hope our explanation was sufficient in showing our point of view and what we were trying to accomplish last week. So we appreciate that.
Yeah. And do you want to read the last one since I had to move the other
I
one out?
sure can. I was a little late in responding to my pen pal, but I'm really enjoying it now. Pen Pals is a great program. About a month ago, Jules guest hosted on Azeroth Roundtable. I really enjoyed the show as usual. Unfortunately, there was no submission for Celebrity Murloc Theater. I would love to hear Marconin do a segment for it. I love the show. Keep up the good work. All the best. From Jim.
That was a fun episode I did on Azeroth Roundtable. And yeah, we were talking about, if you guys haven't heard those guys do their show, they do a Celebrity Murloc Theater where somebody random, whoever you are, wants to do a celebrity voice making a Murloc noise. So Marconin would probably be better at this than I was. I tried to do a demonic Murloc, and it was, it was quite interesting, but it didn't quite come out the way I thought it would. But we wanted to be like Kermit the Frog does a Murloc or something like that, then you could go ahead and do it.
Yeah, I think I heard Christopher Walken once, McGurgle, Murgle, McGurgle, or something,
So yeah, if you and there are folks who are donating money to charity for every submission to Celebrity Murloc Theater, so including the hosts of Azeroth Roundtable. So it'd be cool if you want to do that. That's pretty cool. If you can do a certain cool celebrity voice and make it into a Murloc noise, send it on over to those guys. But
Yeah,
I guess the gauntlet's been thrown on Marconin.
I guess so. I guess I gotta dust off some voices and do something.
I think
I'll
Arnold
figure something
Schwarzenegger
out.
needs to do a Murloc voice.
I'll start practicing it.
Okay.
Thanks, Jim.
Thanks, Jim. We appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate the extra work. I got it. I'm kidding. I'll figure something out.
Yeah, no, definitely. Let's do some slash moo, shall we?
Let's do it.
It's moo time from
It's moo
Mammoth.
time.
Slash moo at Sparrowhawk1, who is doing Mythic Siege of Orgrimmar tonight for Noob Raid's 1-year anniversary.
That's awesome. I did that Mythic. I did the Mythic run with a pre-made group, and seeing Garrosh go down on Mythic, that was awesome. That last phase, I was like, oh my gosh. Oh.
That could have been a whole lot different than what you meant it to be, by the way. I hesitated for a minute with the choice of words you just used.
I guess I missed it. I don't even remember what I said.
Go down on. It's the word
Oh.
you used.
Jules. My goodness, you are tired.
I know, I'm sick and I'm tired, and this is what happens.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
My goodness. I'm glad my mother is not listening to this.
I know you're blushing now. Go ahead and read it.
Am I? Probably so.
Uh-huh.
From MA 2006. So I'm finally now seeing you laugh on the stream. From MA 2006 /moves to all the robotics teams at First Recycle Rush. Amazing builds for the event. #OMGUNH.
That's great. From FFPM Mark /moo to Team Misfit Toys for tearing it up in BRF ever so close to Mythic rating.
Awesome. And that's Megacode, isn't it?
That is Megacode.
FFPM Mark. Yeah, that's Megacode. And lastly, I've got a little /move from Anti-WGen, or it almost looks like Antiguan.
But it's Antiguan.
It's kind of like I double-checked the spelling, and it is... So yeah, Antiguan on the Alexstrasza forums. Now I'm tired. From the Alexstrasza server for doing the pre-made group for the Pathrunner, the mount, the Talbot mount that I got earlier this week. So yeah, /moo to you for that invite. That's awesome. It was the last one I needed. Whew.
Ooh.
Done.
It's awesome. You got it. And
Done.
if you want to reward someone with their very own /moo, you can do so by sending them in to questions@torrenthinktank.com. Oh, there's one late breaking one that just came in from Rambling Noob. /moo to Rubber Chicken Coalition for letting me tank with them last week and inviting me back next week. I may have finally found a raid team. Congratulations.
That's awesome. Awesome, Rambling.
And if you guys want to send in yours, questions@torrenthinktank.com. You can send them into our Twitter feed @torrenthinktank or our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/torrenthinktank. Oh, you can find our show on iTunes and Stitcher and all those great places, and you can leave us a review. We like reviews. We like when we hear the things that you like about the show, that you tell others what you love about it as well, because it does help the show. It does help people find us on these said services of streaming goodness. So go check them out. iTunes, Stitcher, Radio, our website has our streaming link on it too. You can check them all out there. Oh my gosh, Marconin, we made it to the end of the show.
It looks like it.
I know. What the heck?
All right. Where has the time gone?
Where has the time gone? So next week you will not be here, which means we will not be here. We're going to take the weekend off, but we will be back in 2 weeks. You're going to be going to a wedding.
Yep, we'll be down in Houston.
Houston, Texas.
Down in Houston, Texas.
Very nice.
Yes, ma'am.
And so we'll be back in 2 weeks. Anything else you wanted to pimp or talk about? Things you're working on? No.
I'm not sure. I don't really think. Yeah, there's not really anything else going on other than a work and WoW.
Work and WoW.
So that's about it. Those are the two biggies.
Okay. Well,
what
check
about
out,
you?
Check out I Remembered It Better this week. We had a really fun episode where we talked about our top 5 favorite TV theme songs. And so it's coming out, but by the time the show posts, this should be out for you guys to listen to. We had a great time. And we had a special guest because Ryan was out. We had Bruce from the Heroes and Villains podcast and the Hero Movie podcast, and he's great. He's a comic book nerd to the nth degree.
Oh, awesome.
So we were able to talk about things like Preacher. There's a new TV show coming for Preacher.
I've been looking at that stuff. I was like, I hope Jules knows about this.
I was so excited. I'm like, yeah, this is so cool. So yeah, you can definitely check out that episode when it comes out. Oh, my throat is about to give out. So this means it is time to bring the show to its closure right now.
Yes.
Oh, look at that. There's music. Tauren Think Tank is a proud member of the Signals Media All-Star Network. Find out more about the other great shows in the network by going to signalsmedia.com.
Our voiceovers are done by 2 Uber majors, Arcane and Marconin. You can find us outside of the show on our website, taurenThinkTank.com, which has all of our podcasts and information on how to get in touch with us. Also, don't forget to get your Triple T t-shirts. You can find those at /loot.com. 3 designs to choose from in a lot of different color options.
That was lovely. Thank you to our patrons. The show will always be free, and your support helps us do even more, like Marconin getting better internet tonight. That was an awesome thing as part of our Patreon. So if you would like to become a patron of the show, you can do that at patreon.com/TaurenThinkTank.
You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/TaurenThinkTank. You can find us on Twitter at Tauren Think Tank. For the show, you can find Jules at Jules RPG, and myself, Marconin. You can find me at Marconin Wow. That's Marconin WOW. You can also chat with us on our forums, so if you want to give those boards some love, you can find those at forums.signalsmedia.com.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, chat room, for being with us tonight, hanging out with us every Saturday night at 9 o'clock Central Daylight Time. You can find us on the video stream, which is twitch.tv/TaurenThinkTank, or our mobile audio stream, which is located through Alpha Geek Radio at tunein.alphageekradio.com. We love seeing you all with us when you are able to listen to us. Marconin, have a fantastic 2 weeks.
Thank you, Jules. You do the same.
I will. We will see you guys in 2. So, until next time, for myself, for Marconin, for Arcane, for our entire Moo crew, /Moo, everybody.
/Moo.
/Moo. And that sucked.
Tauren Think Tank. We make your problems less bad. This podcast is a part of the Signals Media All-Star Network. For more information on this and other fine shows, go to signalsmedia.com. It's okay to stick our stuff in your ears. Really?
God damn it, Jim Beverly.
Oh, there he is. Hey, Jim.
Oh, no. Your internet went
man.
out.
Oh,
of course,
man.
there's no way you can reach me to tell me that because your internet's out. That sucks, dude. Oh. We've been sitting here. So I called your number, by the way. I called your number, didn't wake you. So I was like, okay, well, let's punt. Let's figure out what we're going to do with this show since he's not here. So we just switched everything around in 5 minutes. And oh my gosh. Yeah.
All right, get him on the call. Let's do the opening bumper. Let's do another show.
No, I have no energy left.
139.2.
My throat is like done. My throat is so sore right now.
I think I'm going to do the entire show in 2 weeks in that accent I used for the closer.
Oh God, I love that.
I really like that voice. It's a
very British.
It's very British, but it's almost like the guy on BBC America, where he's talking, next week on Top Gear.
It's so very BBC America.
Television from the other side, or whatever their little thing is.
Don't worry, Jim. We'll figure out another time for you to make it. We'll figure it
out.
Oh
no, yeah, it's all good, man. We had some stuff in the pipe, and so it's all good.
Yeah, we were able to just we'll hold on to what we've got for you. But yeah, we'll talk about it. We'll just converse about it. We're not going to be here next week. But we'll be here. We'll be coming in the next round. So we'll talk. Yeah. We'll talk about it. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, it's no big deal. We figured it out pretty quick. We were like, well, he's not here, so we had some backup. We had some things we got to pull out, so it's no problem at all. Yeah. No problem at all. We had to figure it out.
Damn internet, man. That sucks. So you got up early for nothing. That sucks too, because now you have to go to work, and that blows. I thought you were dead to the world, and I'm like, yeah, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. It's like 5 o'clock in the morning, and he can't. It's like, oh, it's okay.
Yeah, I wish you were asleep instead of having really bad internet trouble. That sucks.
So as we're doing the outro, he comes in and goes, now my internet works.
No, it works.
Oh, damn.
12-hour shift. Oh, man.
That sucks, dude. That really sucks. I am so sorry. Oh, it's 3 a.m. Oh, so you moved backwards when we... What? I thought you were 5 in the morning. That sucks. Oh, that blows. Well, I'm so sorry. Yeah, imagine trying to get up at 3 to do a podcast. There is no way. You don't want to see me at 3 o'clock in the morning try to talk. My brain doesn't work. Yeah. When I've had to get up early to go to the airport, it's bad. It's really bad. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I take it you wouldn't want an overnight job like this, huh, Jules?
No.
You get used to it.
Now, if it was permanently overnight, I probably could, because I'm not a morning person. So if I could adjust myself to be able to do that over the night, I probably could. But I'm just such like, my circadian rhythms are just like, if I could wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning and go to bed at 11, I would be perfect in every way. But no, I have to get up earlier than that, and that's where my body goes, F you!
Yeah, that's when I have to work mornings. I have to get up at 5 in the morning sometimes, a lot of times, and just like, I don't want to do this.
Kane is now on mornings where his alarm goes off at 5:30. And so it's 5:30 in the morning, and it's going to be tomorrow morning because he's working this weekend. And he's doing that for the next 2 weeks running. So I just 5:30 in the morning, I'm like, I hate this so much. So much. So.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, you guys and their night shifts, man. Blech. So.
Yeah, but with the job news, I might be able to try and find something daylight wise.
Yes.
I was talking to my boss, and I told he's already approved my BlizzCon time off because he plays WoW as well.
Yep.
And I was like, yeah, and there's another thing I'm going to in July, and he's like, man, you're the only person that I've ever known that likes WoW more than I do. So don't take that as an insult. And I was like, I don't. I don't, not at all. I don't. I get to go have fun with my friends. I have fun and talk about nerd stuff and podcasting.
You get to be nerdy all weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what to expect with Nerdtacular since I haven't gone there. I'm just kind of like, all right, let's see how it goes.
It's a much smaller BlizzCon, and everybody is on site. So it's like, it's like that. I mean, all the hotels, people were kind of staying within the area, but Nerdtacular, it's like you just go downstairs and there's nerdy people everywhere at breakfast, dinner. You're not going, you're not going off site to eat. You're eating on the grounds, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, especially just seeing the scenery up there because
It's so
I was raised in the Mississippi Delta.
yeah.
Tallest thing I got is like there's like an Indian mound a few miles from my house, and
It's
that's like
so
20 feet tall.
beautiful. I just and the ski resort has the windows that just go from floor to ceiling and you're
Oh
looking
yeah,
at the mountains and you're just like, "Oh my god, this is so pretty." Like it's gorgeous.
yeah. I'm not used to mountains at all, so I can't wait. I need to start climbing stairs.
You
Yeah.
you do. You need to like make sure you're walking up hills and stuff quite a bit because
Yeah.
there are a lot of hills and altitude change is going to kick your butt for the first day at
Hmm.
least. So but
Yeah, I think that's why. Well, I think I'm flying in, or I'm going to try and fly in on like Wednesday, because isn't it like
I just remembered something
Friday,
else though.
Saturday? The actual convention's what, Thursday night, Friday, and Saturday?
For BlizzCon or Nerdtacular?
For Nerdtacular.
Nerdtacular is Friday, Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah,
What day are you coming in on?
Wednesday.
Wednesday? I
Yep.
think
And
I may
then,
do the same.
by the way, I heard of this new app, this is totally off topic, but it's not. A new
Okay.
app to track airfares. It's on iOS. I don't know if it's on Android, but look for
I
the one
will.
that's called
I will.
Hopper.
Hopper. Hopper.
Yep. I heard about this today. I read about it, and it tracks airfare for you and predicts at the exact time when you should buy your ticket, because of
Really?
for pricing difference based on what you are now. So like
Hmm.
mine, let me just pull mine up for a second here.
Let's see.
So like
Hmm.
for Salt Lake City,
I
tells
don't
me
think
wait
I
for a
don't think
better
I have it.
price. Oh, it doesn't show up for Android, huh?
No, the only thing for Hopper is this little side-scrolling game that doesn't look like
Yeah,
it at all.
that's not it.
Like, no, that's not it.
So it
I'll
tells
see if it's
me
more.
you should keep watching this trip. Prices will vary over the next 7 weeks, dropping as low as $405, which is currently $527.
Okay.
Um,
I did a price thing for Little Rock to Salt Lake City, and it was like 410
yeah.
for
So
that.
so yeah, if you guys are out there wanting to look for airfare for BlizzCon, and yeah, just look at Hopper. It's we're
The Hopper.
Hopper. So, but I
They
also
had
have an
this.
alert on kayak.com that tells me about pricing
Okay.
too. So,
Yeah, I think I have Kayak actually already on my phone from when I was looking at BlizzCon stuff last year.
yeah.
Is it still on here? Did I get rid of it? No, I still got it.
Yep.
So there's like a price tracker on it.
Yes, you can set up email alerts on Kayak, tracking trips, and it will email you. You can say every week, every day, every
Price
day.
alerts. There we
Price
go.
alerts. Yep. And so I get mine every day. It just tells me what the prices are, and so because they be pricey right now.
From Little. See, I don't. The one bad thing is I don't know where I'm working at the end of July. So I don't know where I'll be flying out of unless I took a flight from wherever I'm at to Salt Lake and back.
Jim just sent me a photo of what it was like. I can't if I flip this off of the screen, you're gonna lose Marconin. So I'll look at it when we're done. So I see something that said this was me at 3:10 or something, and then so that's what I see.
Oh,
It's probably the arg face you were making when you couldn't get online.
oh boy.
Don't worry about it, buddy. We punted. We figured it out. So we'll figure it out again. We'll make sure we get you scheduled. So
Let's see, from Little Rock to Salt Lake City. Salt Lake City. For July.
July.
Huh. Oh, it's for July. I got to do specific dates.
Yeah, you have to tell what dates you want to go. Yeah,
Uh,
the Wednesday it's kind of cool because there are folks that come in on Wednesday, but then Thursday they have like a pre-con reception party and there's stuff going on, and then there's Friday, Saturday, and we leave Monday, so we stayed an extra day and Sunday and hung out with a bunch of people. We played a lot of card games and took naps, and it was great. So
That's cool.
yeah.
Let's see here. To SLC.
Oh
All
shoot!
right.
I forgot to mention this too. For those that are still here, we are we are strongly considering the Minnesota meetup date change to the beginning of May at this point. Just trying to finalize some things going on. And if it happens, we'll let you know. Minnesota meetup has traditionally been at the end of July, but that is when Nerdtacular is. And with that being 4th of July month and all the other things, so we decided that we would probably move it up to May because Minneapolis Comic-Con is going on that same weekend. So
Ooh.
yeah, so we thought we maybe just kind of coincide those two things, and then there'd be more nerdy things for people to do over the weekend. So yeah, it might be the first weekend in May if we can make it work.
I was gonna say, man, I don't know if I can get a flight up for that.
I know.
Dang it.
Well, but at this point, would you be able to make it in July if you were saving money for Nerdtacular and BlizzCon?
I don't, probably not.
Yeah.
I would have to start traveling a whole lot more.
Right.
Because that travel money is where I'm able
The
to
travel money
afford
is where you get
BlizzCon.
your travel money.
That's where I go. Yeah, I starve myself during the year so I can go eat food trucks in November.
Yes. The very good food trucks in November. Yes. That's awesome. All right,
You all
guys.
may or may not see me on stage. Chief, you're going to BlizzCon?
Oh, BlizzCon, Comic-Con. Oh, yeah, that'd be cool.
You told me you weren't there this last year. But if you will be there this year, at least come say hi, huh?
Yes.
I went from troll to Cajun.
I know what happened there.
I be the Cajun troll.
Someday we will find out the real Chief
Down on the
Fulgen.
bayou.
Someday we will meet the real Chief Fulgen.
Yep. Your secret's safe with me, Chief. And I don't even know. Oh, man. Oh, man.
All right, folks.
That
I
was a
need to
good
go
show.
and get something warm to drink and go to bed. So
Yeah, and I've got old raids to do tonight since
Yes,
I
you
have
do.
to stay up.
thank you everybody
almost
to being here
lunchtime.
with us tonight. That was so much fun. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, thanks for coming, guys. Sorry we didn't have Jim on, and I know he's shaking his fist at the sky and his router, but we'll get him on. We'll get him on here soon enough.
Yes, we will. So we'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy your 2 weeks, and we will be back soon. Love you guys. /moo.
/moo, guys. Have a good night.
Moo.